All right, so we're going to take a look at a couple of examples here for this unit, for this lesson. Example 1, James earns $15 an hour as a teller at a bank. In 1 week, he pays 17% of his earnings in state and federal taxes. His take-home pay for the week is $460.65. How many hours did he work? So, start with what you don't know. X is the number of hours. All right, now let's start putting that together into an equation for what we do know. All right, so let's start with, first off, how much does he earn per hour? He earns $15 per hour. So that would be represented by 15x, $15 times the number of hours he's going to work. Now, the next thing it tells us is that in 1 week, he pays 17% of those earnings, so 17% of the 15x, into state and federal taxes. So he's losing that money, okay? So losing means you're going to be subtracting, and then 17% of 15x. So we want to do 17% of 15x. Of in this kind of situation means multiply, and we don't ever want to work with a percent. So we're going to change it to a decimal, 0.17 times 15x. Okay? And then once he loses that tax money, that should leave us with how much he actually takes home. And his take-home pay, we were told, is $460.55. So there's your setup, there's your equation. Now we need to go through and clean this up a little bit so that we can actually do some work with it. So you can use your calculator for this, or you can do it in your head if you want to. 0.17 times 15 comes out to 2.55. So 2.55x equals 460.55. The next thing to do is combine like terms. We got 15x here, 2.55x, both are x to the first, so they're like terms. And that comes out to 12.45x equals 460.55. All right, so now that's how much he actually takes home. He takes home this much per hour. So how many hours did he work? To figure that out, we need to do inverse operations. We need to divide by 12.45. When you divide that out, you do get a decimal. It comes out to like 36.99, I believe. And we're going to round that up to 37 because we can't. I mean, that's basically 37 hours. So he worked 37 hours for the week. Okay, going to move on to example 2. Put these both together in the video. So example 2 says Brianna has saved $600 to buy a new TV. If the TV she wants costs $1,800 and she saves 20 a week, how many years? Well, underline that. How many years will it take her to buy the TV? So let's start with our equation. All right. What don't we know? Well, we want to know how many years it'll take, but I'll be honest with you, none of the information up here really helps me with that. We're talking about weeks up here. So what I would actually recommend doing is figuring out the number of weeks. So let that be X. Then convert to years. Okay, that's how we're going to attack this problem. That's how I would recommend attacking it. Now, you could build an equation that will actually go ahead and do that for you. Go ahead and work with the years. And I may show you that or show you if you ask me in class. But for my recommendation would be figure out how many weeks it takes and then do the simple conversion after that to go from weeks to years. Okay, and that's why I'm going to do it here in this video. All right, so she knows that she needs $1,800 for a TV. She started with $600. So the real question is, what's that piece? Okay, well, we don't really know, but we do know that it's per week. That's the number of weeks is going to be X. And she earns $20 or saves $20 per week. Per meaning multiply. She gets $20 per week. Now, we can go through and solve that, and we'll have the number of weeks. So the way we would do that is subtract 600 we get 20x equals 1200. Divide by 20. We're doing inverse operations here. Okay? And we end up with x equals 60. Okay? Now, once you do that, you're going to need to go through and then figure out how many weeks are in a year. You should know that. You can Google that if you need to look it up. I'm going to tell you for the purposes of this. That's how many weeks it's going to take. Okay? So there are 52 weeks in 1 year. So the next step is going to be taking those 60 weeks and converting those to years. So the way you would do that is you divide. You take 60 weeks, divided by 52 weeks, or we can actually use a conversion chart. You'll see me do this a lot. There are 52 weeks in 1 year. And what that allows us to do is cancel out our units of weeks, right? And then what we're going to end up with is 62 over 52 years. Now, we could leave it like that, or we definitely can clean that up, punch in your calculator. That comes out to 1.15 years. So, she will save for 1.15 or just over 1 year. Okay? That's how long it'll take her to buy that TV. All right, moving on to the next example.